All right, guys, so today I'm going to be bringing you an exciting new project on the Solana blockchain. Now, I know this didn't really win my poll as something that a lot of you want to know about, but this is a really exciting project because it's a all-in-one platform with a tool that all of us yield farmers love to have access to, and it's going to be a spot where you can do everything that you want to do in the yield farming world on Solana from one platform. Now, everything is not built yet. Their token emissions are very high, and their price has been tanking and tanking and tanking and tanking. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but this token is looking like it might be the right price to get into at this point, with Solana at a high and it at a low. You'll have to make that decision for yourself if you can check it out. So first we'll go ahead and get into the actual token and the price of the Step Finance Step token, and show you how it's been trending over the last 90 days and talk a little bit about the emissions and how they're going down. If we go over here really quickly, let me just see if I can get that number. So we have a max supply of 1 billion token. It has a 2-year emissions, and then all the tokens are going to be out into the system. It has a weekly emissions reduction of 4%. So 4%, it's going to be giving out 4% less each week, and so the crazy APRs have come down a little bit, but they're still pretty high, and they're still really high if you're doing compounding with the Sol Farm app, and I'll be showing you that. And so this token still has a lot of supply rushing into the marketplace. So even though we're down at around $1, and this could be a floor, it could still go a little bit lower. But when I show you their site, I'll show you why I think there's a chance that this token will be heading in the other direction. So we're sitting here at about $1.18. As you can see, we're not down very much for the day or for the 14 or even the week, but we are down on the 14-day and the 30-day. We're down a lot. 66%. So this token is down. As you can see from the chart here, this is the 90-day chart. This started off as a brand new project. It was hot. It was on Radium. It had a pool. People could farm it, and it shot all the way up to $10. And now it's all the way down here at $1. Now, at a token that is going to have 1 billion of them on the market in 2 years, a $10 price would put them at a $10 billion market cap. Now, that's actually not that high in my mind for a 2-year period, because we're imagining that 2 years from now the crypto space should be a little bit higher. So I do think that this project can return to these levels, especially as the Solana ecosystem grows. One of the problems with the Solana ecosystem today is that it's not an EVM compatible chain. It's not like Binance Smart Chain. It's not like Polkadot. It's not even like Cardano that built itself to let you port over projects from Ethereum. No, they built a system with a brand new code so that they could reach a level of throughput and speed that nobody else can really match when it comes to the other chains. And that is why developers who are coming over here can't just say, I'm going to port my project over. They have to rewrite the code. They have to redo everything, and they have to make sure that it works in the Solana ecosystem. And the big hackathon that they just are wrapping up should lead us to some exciting announcements of some projects coming over here. Because of what Binance Smart Chain certainly did do, is it's proved that some of the big projects, that if they connected themselves to that chain and gave users the option of using their platform on a cheaper chain, people loved it. And now you have another chance to have an ecosystem that can actually scale and be really cheap, be able to do similar kind of yield farming, and new money will hunt out new projects. And those of us that missed out on being an early investor in PancakeSwap, an early investor in any of the launch pads over there on Binance Smart Chain, or just didn't have the money to play in the Ethereum place. Well, Solana is one where you can still get in and you can still get pretty cheap, because the Serum token, the Radium token, the Step token, some of the other ones out there that I like the Tulip token that's going to govern their Sol Farm. These tokens are still relatively cheap compared to some of those other big projects out there, really small market caps, and it is worth looking at if you're someone who didn't get into any of those other chains early enough to really take advantage of it. And I thought we'd be able to look at Cardano that way, but we're kind of losing that opportunity, because a lot of people are launching their Cardano projects on Ethereum, doing pre-sales with the Ethereum pre-sale launch pads, with a plan to port over to Cardano once the same tokens once the Goguen hard fork comes. But that means that if you were hoping to use your Cardano to get into any of those projects, unless you had it over on the Ethereum chain, you couldn't. And you had to buy ETH and you had to pay ETH fees. Now, ETH fees have gotten better in the last few weeks, but back when things were launching very early, like the Occam Finance and the Card Starter stuff and all the projects they launched, you still had to be an Ethereum user with a lot of Ethereum, and that was very annoying. With Solana, it hasn't gone that way. You have Radium launching new projects over here. It's all on the Solana blockchain, and it's been pretty exciting to be a part of. But let's get into, now that you've seen that Step is down, it's really down, and it's because when we look at the emission rates. So here's the main pool on the Radium blockchain project. It is a Step USDC pool, so you have to peg it up to $1, and it has an APR of 424% currently. That allows the Sol farm, the AMM for Radium, to be able to shoot you out a APY of 6,800%, and this is low because the token is now at $1. Back when it was at a higher dollars, this thing was at 20, 30, 40,000. At one point, I believe in one of my videos I showed you, it said it was at like 1,000,000% APY. That obviously wasn't going to be real. We all knew that it would go down as the token flooded into the market and sell pressure really drove the price down. But what is Step, right? I featured this pool. I've talked about the token. But what is the project? Well, let's get into that now. Okay, so this is Step. Step is going to be a tool that allows you to track all of your tokens and all your liquidity pools in the marketplace. Then they are also going to allow you to be able to enter into any liquidity pool and harvest your rewards from any project on the Solana blockchain. At least that is their goal. Now, if you understand the way the DEXs work here on Solana, while you can have different front ends that plug the liquidity in, all of the liquidity does get aggregated into one pool so that the DEXs are not fighting each other and there isn't the issue of there being arbitrage between the two DEXs or people needing to set up their own pools. It's pretty exciting that Solana decided to do it that way, because eventually you're just going to have huge liquidity pools, and then you're going to have people who can enter them from different front ends that offer you special advantages to if you use them, like if you use Radium as opposed to using the Serum DEX to go ahead and get into pools. But it's going to be up to you where you want to do it, but all the liquidity will be shared together. It also allows them to protect that liquidity at a higher security level, making it harder for you to imagine somebody attacking one site and trying to find a problem with their code and pulling those tokens out. So the one thing is, you might end up with tokens all over the place. I know on Binance Smart Chain, I have tokens in all kinds of farms. And this kind of a tool that Step Finance is building is amazing if you can find one that you can use. As you can see, this is showing me my wallet, and my wallet balances. I am outing myself here that I have, a little over $1,000 on Solana right now. And these are my Tulip tokens that I got. It'll show you current prices. So I guess they've dipped a little since I was looking in their Discord. It'll show you the current prices of anything that you are currently holding. It'll show you any of the yield farms that you are currently in, what platform they are, what APY and APR and APY that is offering you, as you can see. So I'm able to see those. And you can also see a breakdown of how much money you have and how much of each token that you have in the pool. So I can see that I have 17 Serum and 16 Ray tokens here. I can see I have 28 Ray tokens and 3.48 Solana in this pool. And I can see I have 99 Step tokens and 117 USDC in this pool here. So it's pretty well done to already be able to track you and all your investments in the Solana chain. Now, if you look over here at the other part of it, they have a trade feature. So they're allowing you to do trading from their platform. Like I said, they want to be an all-in-one platform. They also are allowing you to pool your assets. So and they're also going to easily be able to let you unstake your assets if you needed to. So see, I'm not going to have to go anywhere else. I don't even have to log into the Sol farm, and they're going to be able to let me go ahead and get my tokens in or out of these different pools. And that's pretty amazing to imagine. Here, they'll let you go ahead and look at all the liquidity pools, so you can see the total liquidity throughout the Solana blockchain, how much volume there has been. You can sort every single pool by which ones have the highest and lowest APYs. and some of these are pretty amazing, but these projects might be pretty slow. Obviously, if they don't have any volume, then these APYs are not real. They're just because those pools are so small. But if we sort by volume, you can see the Sol USDC one has an APY of 27% and almost $3 million in volume per day, with $8,000 in fees that are getting given out to the people who are staking into this Solana ecosystem. And you can see the Step one, the Step USDC actually has over almost $1.5 million in liquidity in daily volume here, allowing that one to have a pretty healthy amount of fees that are being given out. But they have a lot more supply of their token and a lot more supply of it staked because of how much of it is being rewarded than the Sol USDC pool. So the APY is much lower. So it's a pretty exciting platform though. You can come over here, one place, one stop. You can add liquidity, you can remove liquidity, you can track your liquidity positions, you can track all of the tokens in your wallet and what they are worth, and you can trade them if it's time for you to make a trade. And this is still early. They're still working on it. Everything is not fully live, but most of it does work. Just they're letting you go here, and let's say you wanted to do one of these, you can copy it, and then you can go to the pool, and then you can enter it in, and then you can find it and get it working. I don't have any funds to be adding to anything, so I can't really show you anymore. Here, I'll give you a link to this. If you want to do your own research on the project, you really should come through. And it's an older post, but it's still just ringing true to what they are doing. So you'll want to go through all of this, get a good idea about what they're doing and how they plan to support their token and how it will be able to get fees from all of the... Eventually, when they're a one-stop shop, they plan to pay step holders with the fees that they get for doing all of those transactions for you on any other platform. So if users are like this platform and they use it, they're going to be able to collect a lot of fees to pay out to the holders of their token. It's kind of similar to the idea that Pancake Bunny used to make the Bunny token so valuable. They had a lot of different fees on their platform, while their platform provided a service that people really wanted, and so people were willing to let them take that fee, and then they rewarded that fee to the bunny holders, and then they gave the people who were using their site the bunny token, making them bunny holders. And so it became an ecosystem of, yeah, you can take that fee because you're giving it to me anyways, and it grew and grew and grew and grew. Well, Step Finance is doing it a little bit differently. They're going, hey, you're going to want to use our tools, you're going to come and use our tools, you're going to like this one-shop stop to do everything that you want to do. You're going to like that we're going to be adding the newest farms immediately, that we're going to be highlighting them to you, that we're going to be showing you the biggest and best ways to make money. We're going to have a site where you can easily sort through all the different liquidity pools, find your best opportunities to make money, where you're going to be able to find the best platforms. We're going to find the Sol farms. We're going to find the Mango Finance that just launched over there, and all of the other different projects out there, and we're going to make sure that you have access to them and you can get into them, and you're not going to have to run around on the blockchain looking everywhere else. So that's the promise of Step. I'm pretty excited to see the platform now that I've actually dug into it, and I'm glad that I got involved in it. I'm just hoping that they can actually build this site out and make it look great and really start to advertise it a little bit more. So I'll give them a clap, and then I'll say I'll talk to you all later. If this was helpful at all, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to grow up the channel, and always make sure you come and check out the community tab. I ask questions where you can give me answers. I do polls about what you would like to see. See, Solana got 10%. Did as well as Ethereum. Obviously, BSC and Matic are pretty hot. I'll be doing some videos on those as well soon. You might even see the Matic ones first. I'm just filming this today, and I'll post it pretty soon. Thanks. Bye.